Hey, online government students. I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to respond to the survey. I got a lot of good feedback, and the good news is you guys are all on the same page for the most part with some things. So with that, I want you to follow with me here as I take you to our course module, and I'm going to go over a couple things. First of all, a lot of you said that you did feel like you could get help when you needed it, and I'm really glad that you feel that way. I'm in room 110, so you can always stop by if you need help for anything. I feel like we're getting used to Canvas, although, sometimes there are things that come up. So, a couple of things that you said, and I want you to know that I'm listening to you. One, you want reminders of assignments. So, as a teacher, I can say, the data is posted and you should be able to find that. But I'm going to do two things with that. One is I'm going to kind of give you a module tour at the beginning, whether you like it or not. So I'll kind of go over when things are due on a video. And then I will try my best to remember to send you a reminder, although I started doing that and then I felt like I might feel like I'm nagging you, but it sounds like you want that. So I am going to give you more reminders. Also, per request, I am providing you with a lovely screen recording of the slides. And that is going to be on a link. I did not embed it like the slides above because I did not want the page to take too long to load. So if you feel like you would like to listen to me explain the slides, then please click on the link below. If you go back to the teacher presentation page, you'll see a big link that is highlighted, and you are welcome to click on that and listen to my lovely voice as I go through some of those key things. You'll have to bear with me because sometimes there's noise in the background and it can sound funny. One other thing besides reminders, a couple other things actually, test retakes. I had some questions about that. And here's what I feel. I feel like you're learning Canvas, you're learning content, and for some of you, this might be the first time that you are expected to do that on your own. If you feel like your test performance was below your expectation and below what you would find acceptable, come see me. I'm going to work with you on that. I want if you care about your grade and you're working hard to master this stuff, I want you to have the opportunity to show it. So let's just say it's a running course policy that if you don't like your auto grade, come talk to me in room 110 and we'll set up a way for you to, find a way to demonstrate that you actually do know the stuff. Another thing you said is that not many of you have gotten into the portfolio, which is your final exam, and then you do want me to have a meeting for it. So we are going to do that, check and check. I think next week would be a good opportunity for us to meet and get together. And what I'll try to do is just have a before, during advisement, and after school session. So you can pop in whenever it works for you. And that way you can get all your questions answered. So let's go here. Follow me on my screen. I know it's like I didn't show you a whole lot, just me talking yet, but let's talk about our module right here, so Roots of Democracy. You have your textbook requirements here. I would hope that you would do that from the beginning. Don't leave that till the end, but you notice that a lot of your test comes from the textbook. The discussion comes from your readings, and the project will come from the other assignments or the portfolio. But your chapter test, it will come from teacher presentation and then also your textbook. So I know you guys don't like to read, but it's important that you do. This discussion was already due. If you're late, it's better to do it and have a late penalty than just to not do it. So make sure that you're posting to the discussion board. We're getting better. I want more thoughts. I want more academic thoughts. I want you to respond to questions. A lot of you aren't responding to questions, and so understandably, you're not going to get full credit if you don't go back and respond to the questions that people ask of you. So let's go through due dates then here. This was an assignment that you were supposed to have posted to Padlet. That was due already on the 17th. If you haven't done it, or if you ran into some issues, again, it's always better to post late than to not post at all. Discussion number 2, that's due today, Federalists and Anti-Federalists on legalization of marijuana. So it's really about who should have the power, the national government or states. And we know that this is a hot topic right now in our government, right? I mean, this is right now lawsuits all over about discrepancy between the two laws. And so you are to role play with this. You're not talking about your own opinion about it. You're saying, what would the Federalists or Anti-Federalists say with that? This is what I'm most concerned about is your project, because it's not difficult, but it is going to take you some time. So I want you to plan for that. It's going to take you at least an hour, I would say. Do not cut and paste from the internet. Make sure that you're writing in your own thoughts. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and we're going to see how it loads. And first of all, Adobe Spark page, you made an account for this earlier. So, you already have a login. I encourage you to use your school email and your school password. Hopefully you did that. You notice that this is a summative project. So in this project, what I would like you to do is demonstrate that you understand these guiding principles, but you can do it in a creative way. Adobe Spark page is going to visually flow like a website. You're going to be able to just scroll through it, but what I like about it is you can just, through the plus button, you can just really easily add different sections. So you can say, I'm going to add text, click. I'm going to add image, click. And so you don't have to worry about formatting it. And that's really what I like about it. However, if you haven't used Adobe yet, you might just want to watch a YouTube tutorial. And as a matter of fact, I'll try to post one to this assignment page. So you're going to choose 4. You're going to choose any 4 of the things that are listed below. Limited government, popular sovereignty, checks and balances, social contract, independent judiciary, rule of law, individual rights, natural rights, and separation of powers. These are some foundational things in our Constitution. So choose 4. For the 4 that you choose, you're going to define it in your own words. You're going to say where we got it from, like where did this idea originate? Find an image that you think represents that concept, but not literally. So for example, separation of powers, like don't diagram the federal government, like what would represent separation of powers? And so just find an image that you think symbolizes that concept and explains it, and then say why. So it's not wrong unless you can't explain it, because we all will have a different creative idea for that. How does it impact our system of government? And where do you see this principle at work? And I think sometimes people overthink this one because sometimes it's very obvious, but don't overthink it. Just where do you see it in the national government? Where do you see it at local or state government? And explain that as well. How is this necessary for liberty and democracy? So all of these things are foundational to our democratic system. Explain that. How does it preserve democracy? How does it explain liberty? How does it preserve our current government system here in the United States? Why is it important? Please use full thoughts. This is not an essay. You don't have to write paragraph after paragraph, but you do have to fully communicate what your thoughts are. You have to prove that you know, and this is academic work. So grammar, punctuation, capitalization, all those things are important. You will be linking this project to your final project too, so your portfolio. So it's important that you do well. Okay, please make sure that you have enough time for that. Your Adobe project, you have a link for it. At the end, when you are done, you can get a link. So you'll just go ahead and post that link down here with your name up top, and then you'll post your link. If I go back to my module list, then you'll see that after our discussion, the principles, then it's just the test, which is due by Sunday. Do not be late with your test. You guys have known long in advance, September 24th is the deadline, so make sure that you get done. So I hope that gets you up to speed. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your feedback on the survey too, because I think it will make class better. And I look forward to setting up a time to meet with you guys next week about the portfolio that you'll have to do at the end of the semester. Bye.